special comic book review for you today. It's Christmas, and I just want to say Merry Christmas to my subscribers, and even the people that haven't subscribed to me. Merry Christmas to you too. I hope you all got what you wanted this year. And today I'm reviewing Marvel Holiday Special 2004. This comes with three stories from the actual holiday special, and then comes with 4 issues from different series. Some of which come there's one from 1971, 1988, and 1990. So there's only 3 actual stories from the year this was published, 2004, which is the true meaning of Christmas. It only says the true meaning of, which is about the son of Reed Richards. He has to file a report for school about how his family celebrates Christmas, and he talks to each of the Fantastic Four and realizes the true meaning of Christmas. This is written by Roberto Aguirre Cercasa, pencils by Duncan Rello, and Roberto Aguirre Cercasa did Dead of Night. I love that horror book. That's like my favorite horror book in my collection. I don't have a lot of horror books, but out of the ones I have, that one's my favorite. Then we have Jonah's Holiday Carol, which follows the story, kind of like, if you ever seen that one movie with Scrooge, and where he rights his wrongs and discovers the true meaning of Christmas. That's basically follows that line. j.jonah Jameson kind of hates Christmas and blah blah blah. He's being super cheap, and you find out some stuff about him. He gets visited by, instead of ghosts, he gets visited by superheroes like Captain America. Who was it? Captain America, The Thing, and Spider-Man, obviously, and the Green Goblin. While that story is going on, Peter Parker has to investigate an attack on the bay where the Avengers show up. It's an alright story. It's okay. It's not my favorite, but and X-Men Christmas, written by Roberto Aguirre Cercas, again, pencils by Roger Cruz. I actually like this story. It's about at the X Mansion. Everyone's leaving the mansion, the academy, to go to see their families, visit relatives. Everyone's leaving except for this kid named Kevin, codenamed Weather. If he touches something organic, it'll die. He doesn't have anywhere else to go because he's an orphan, and he was supposed to go chill at foster families, but they didn't want him around because he's a mutant. So Emma Frost and Cyclops stay behind to spend Christmas with him. It's a pretty cool story. I liked it. And yeah, it was really good actually. People are yelling in the back. It's Christmas. I liked it very much. The art for these Christmas specials aren't that good, if you ask me, but it's like, it fits the season, you know. It was a heartfelt story. You got to see the X-Men in like a bright brighter light. Nowadays, everything's dark and shit with the X-Men. Guess Victor Gescher has been trying to make it like lighter, but what can you do? Other stories. You got Marvel team up with Spider-Man and the Human Torch. They go to they fight the Sandman on Christmas Eve. Most of these stories takes place on Christmas Eve, except for Rhinoplaster. That one takes place on Christmas Day, I think. That story is called "Have Yourself a Sandman Little Christmas," where Spider-Man and the Human Torch tackle Sandman. That was a pretty good story. I liked it. It's written by Roy Thomas and penciler Ross Andrew. Roy Thomas, he writes a lot of good stuff. The banter between him and Johnny Storm, that was very funny, very entertaining. Usually I don't really like old comics, but that story was pretty good. Dialogue-wise, art-wise, it was pretty good. Uncanny X-Men 143. The story is called Demon. Home alone on Christmas Eve, Kitty Pryde, X-Men's newest and youngest member, finds her training tested by an inhuman pursuer. That's written by Chris Claremont and art by John Byrne. He does pretty good art. Chris Claremont is like my favorite X-Men writer, so of course it's gonna be good. There's some good dialogue there, and most of the story is just Kitty trying to run away and defend herself from this demon. The story is, a long time ago the X-Men fought the Angari. They're like demons or old gods, whatever. The monster looks a lot like the alien from Alien. So, like that Ridley Scott movie. Or from AVP, Alien vs. Predator, whichever. If you haven't seen Alien, I totally recommend it. That's an awesome movie. They actually make a lot of references to Alien, actually. It's a good story. Also, if you notice, Kitty Pryde is actually Jewish, and they make this whole thing where this is her first time spending Hanukkah away from the family. It was a good story. The dialogue was good. You do see the other X-Men. Wolverine almost kills Nightcrawler, and there's this huge thing. There's what's his name? Colossus and Kitty kind of have a thing. But what's weird to me is Kitty is like 13, and I don't know how old Colossus is, but yeah, they make that's kind of weird if you ask me, because she's 13, man. That's fucked, but whatever. This also kind of falls like a movie kind of plotline. They mention something in the beginning that she has to use in the end to defeat the demon. It's a pretty good story. It's kind of like a horror Christmas story, and I like horror movies, so yeah, I thought it was cool. Though she didn't seem like your average 13-year-old, and they were kind of setting up, that she was, I don't know. It was just kind of weird to me. This was in 1980, by the way. next story is Down and Out in Forest Hills, Amazing Spider-Man 31398. Peter and Mary Jane are evicted from their apartment just in time for Christmas on Christmas Eve. And that is written by David McElhaney, artist Todd McFarlane. I love Todd McFarlane's art. This story especially because Peter and his wife Mary Jane were evicted. At least I think they're married. I know, I'm not sure. They're evicted, not because they couldn't pay the bills or anything, because Mary Jane's like rich. Because I don't know, because the guy who owned the building kicked them out. He was in jail or something. This is all shit that had to do with the current continuity. He's down on his luck. Aunt May wants to take him in, but it's kind of like he doesn't kind of want to, because he wants to be independent, and he thinks moving back in will fuck up his independency. And I love how this is all going on. There's still crime going on. There's this one guy had a plot to kill his boss because of all the years he made him miss Christmas. There's some good dialogue. I love Mary Jane in this. She's awesome. It's a great story. The art is good. The action's good. Some funny dialogue. It's a great book, and they even go to the Daily Bugle Christmas party. That also there was also a Christmas party in Jonah's Holiday Carol, and it references that. The next story. This was written in 1990. This is Rhino Plaster in Incredible Hulk 378, written by Peter David, art by Bill Yaska, I think. What happens when a lonely supervillain scores a job at a department store Santa? 2 words, Hulk smash. The story of this is there's a fight between kids in a hospital on Christmas Day. Rick Jones intervenes and he tells them the story of Rhino versus the Hulk. This is back when the Hulk was gray and smart and was on the run with Rick Jones and this SHIELD agent named Clay. They bring up the whole thing where Rhino's lonely. He wants to spend time with people on Christmas. He jacks this guy's Santa outfit. Starts collecting money for the needy. Then this guy shows up saying, "Hey, our mall Santa got injured. Can you come in and do our thing, right? Do his thing, right?" Then the Hulk shows up and there's a fight. It's pretty good. There's some cool dialogue. Turns out Rhino can't take his costume off and he can't have sex. Yeah, that sucks, bro. That really sucks. It's a funny story. This is a great book. I got it cheap. I got it for $10. If you can get it cheap, get it. It's a great read during the holidays. I totally recommend this book. This book is awesome. The art is awesome. Really love that. Peter David's such an awesome writer. He's so awesome, man. Well, that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. See you later, YouTube, and have a Merry Christmas.